Today's daf is Nedarim Daf Daled. We are at the beginning of a new parak. This parak will discuss when you make one makes a neder on specific things. So what is included in that neder? So the first thing we're going to discuss is hanoider min hayarak. When somebody makes a neder not to have enough from a yarak, halacha is in the greens or vegetable motor b'deluin. So he's mutter in deluin, which I want to say is pumpkins. The reason is because it's not considered yarek. A yarek is something that, because yarek is something that has like leafy greens that is eaten, whereas deluin, the leaves do not get eaten. Rather, it's just called, it's not called a yarek, it's called a priya adama. It's a fruit that grows in the ground. Or it's fruit from the ground. Rabbi Kiva says that Rabbi Kiva asks even lower. Why? It's included in Yarak. Amrula Rabbi Kiva, Chacham told Rabbi Kiva, L'chayra, we could bring a raya that the loom is not included in Yarak. The guy tells his messenger, Shliach, get me a Yarak. V'hu Aimer Leimatzasi Ella Deluin, and the Shliach tells him I could not find only Deluin. So he's bringing a raya basically chum, as you see from the fact that the messenger has to go back and ask the Shaliach, should I buy Deluim? So you see Deluim is not B'chalayak. So Amar Lahem Kivi Tol Chacham Keina Dover. From this you bring a raya that he's saying from this I have a raya that it is included in Yarek, because so Kiva tying back to Chachamim that Keina Dover, from this fakir, it's a raya to what I'm saying, that the Luan is B'chlal Yarek, because Oishema Aimuhu Lematzasi Ella Kitnius. What happens if the Mishaleach, if the Shliach comes to Mishaleach and tells him I only found Kitnius? So in that case, would he have to go back and ask the Mishaleach, should I buy Kitnius? Like, is that part of your question he was asking Chacham? Ella, would that be a question also? So Ella, Dr. Kiva, no, about the not. Why should the Luan Bechlal Yarek? The Luan is including Yarek, so that's why, and that there is a Shiloh that if the Shliach should buy or not. But the Kitnius in the Bechlal Yarek, because Kitnius is not including Yarek, so therefore it's not a Shiloh. So Rekiva is basically telling Chacham, whatever you were trying to bring a raya from, I have a raya exactly to my shita. Zakni Mishnavaita, but also a pull on Mitzri. That if someone makes another halacha, if someone makes a neder not to have enough from Yarek, then he's also in pull on Mitzri, lach, if it's soft. Because then the leaves get eaten just like on a Yarek, and therefore it's called a Yarek. Yarek means a yarek is greens, which the leaves are leafy greens. Mutter biyavish, but when it's dried out, the pul hamisir is mutter, because then the leaf does not get eaten together with the fruit. It does not get eaten once it's dried out. Only thing that's inside gets eaten and not the meat, and therefore it's not called yarek. Zok the Heilige Gemara. Hanoider min hayarek. So the Chacham said, Yemuter Belon, Kiva said, Ya'asar. Practically Gemara of a Hamin Yarek Nadar. L'chayr, what's Shana Rabbi Kiva Ya'asar? L'chayr, he made a nether to ask himself from Yarek. So why does Rabbi Kiva hold Loom is also Asar? L'chayr, Loom is Priya Adama. So the Gemara, Amar Ula. So Ula says the Tarot that no, it's talking about Ba'imar Yarke Kedera Alai. When the guy didn't just say Koinim Yarek Alai, he said Yarke Kedera Alai. This is the guy added to his nether. He said Yarke Kedera is Muchach, that he wants to ask on himself something else besides for a standard Yarek. And his kavanah is for the Lua. So Zakti Gemara, the Dilma, how do you know when he says Yarke Kedera, he means to include Lum? The Dilma Yarak Hanecha B'Kedera. Maybe it means to come to Aser leaves that come to give a taste in a cooked soup, let's say, in something that's cooked. Maybe that's the kinds of vegetables coming to Aser himself. Vika Omar, and that's why I said Yarka Gedera. And for the Gemara, Ba'omer Yara comes special Gedera Lai. So you're right, it's a Gemara. With the Taka not talking about a case that said Yarka Gedera Lai, rather he said Yara comes special with Gedera Lai. And it includes mashmois in that it means to include luim because it's eaten now yidei bishol in a pot, and it's b'star that's what when he said yarkom mashmol kader alai, that's what he including luim. So now the Gemara continues on. The Gemara wants to know about Maika Mifliki. What's on Maisa the Machlekas Chacham and Rabbi Akiva? Meaning the Gemara wants to know how come if just because a guy added a few words, Lamaisa, the lumen is not included in Yarek. It's considered Priyadama. So what's the Maisa Pshat? Why did Rabbi Akiva hold that it's also? So the Gemara no. The Pshat is that Rabbanan Tzari Kam also Torah Shlich Alamlucha Allah. Anything that the Shlich has to come back and ask permission. I found lum. Should I buy it? So lav minehu. That's not considered. It's the min. So if he said the Mishlech on the buy Yarek, it's not considered. Not included in that. The lum is not included in that. Rabbi Akiva Tzari Kam also the milnuch Shlich Allah minehu. Rabbi Akiva says no. Fakar. The fact that shliach is coming back is a raya that it's included in the min. That was including Yarek. Because otherwise, why would he be coming back? Talking about Rabbi Amar Abaya. Moider Rabbi Akiva in Malchus, that although Rabbi Akiva asers the luam in the nether when he asers Yarek, but he agrees that in Malchus if you over your nether and eat luam she'ein loika. That's layachol dvari the iser. You don't get Malchus. Zakti Gemara weiter. Tanan Hasam. We learned in a Mishnah in Meila Daf Chaf. The halach is over there. It says that a Baal Bayis that has in his rishus, a regular person has in rishus a chayfetz that belongs to Hekdesh that is aser to do a shtam shesachol with it. You're not allowed to use it for mundane things. And he gives it to a shliach b'shoigig, and he tells a shliach use it for mundane things. So then there's a shaila who's chayiv. So the Mishnah says hashaliach shlichusa. If a shliach does a shlichus, and he tells him he follows exactly the orders of the mishaliach, then halacha and Baal Bayis tells him the halacha is Baal Bayis mal. Baal Bayis is mila. Baal Bayis chayim and a carbon ila because yesh shlichus advar avera b'mila, and it's considered like the mishaliach was might see this thing from hektish l'chulin. But lo yasher shlichus the shliach did not do his job. A shlichus and instructions like the shliach told him that the halacha is shliach mal. The shliach is over the meila. He's not because he's not a shliach for this thing, so you can't say shliach dvar there. And he's the one that's being mile. He's doing the meila behektish. So now the Gemara continues on this. The Gemara man Tana. Who is a Tana that learns the seifa of this Mishnah in Meila Daf Chaf? Amar of Chizda, Masnisin, the seifa of this Mishnah is the like Rabbi Akiva. It's not going like Rabbi Akiva that holds that this Rabbi Akiva was saying over here in our Mishnah Nedarim that says that anything that the shliach has to go back and ask is b'chlal the min that the shliach has to. Why? So the Gemara, the Tanan, seifa says, Ketzad, what's the mahalach that the shliach is not doing the shlichus with the Baal Bayis and the shliach would be chayav meila? So that says that if the Baal Bayis has, let's say, meat and liver from Hektish, and he thought that it was chulin, and he gave it to shliach, so Amar loy tein basar, if he tells his shliach, Mishliach tells his shliach, tein basar, give the meat to the guests, then nasan lemon kaved, and then shliach went ahead and changed it up, and he gave his guests the kaved, or tein kaved, v'nasan lehem basar, or the Baal Bayis told him give the liver to the archim and he gave them the meat. The halacha is a shliach mal. The shliach is mal if he did not give the correct item to the archim. So frekting Amar the Rabbi Akiva, if you want to say that this Mishnah, the Seif is going like Rabbi Akiva, Ha'amar Rabbi Akiva comes in the middle of shliach minehu. Rabbi Akiva says over here that we discussed in the Nedarim that anything that the shliach comes back and asks, should I do my shlichus? Should I get it for you? Should I buy it? Like in our case of the Yarek and the Lurim, he said that it's considered mineh. It's considered the same min. So in this case, where the Baal Bayis told him give the orchem kaved, for instance, and he went ahead and gave him the basar. So if you had that in the case where the Baal Bayis told him go buy basar, and he comes back and asks him buy kaved, l'chor that would be considered mineh. So the Baal Bayis should be mal. How come the Mishnah says in the Sefer that b'chahai gavna the shliach mal? So l'mo Bayis lo l'mo shliach. Amar Abaya, so Abaya says no. I feel like Tamer Rabbi Kiva. I can tell you no. The oilam that Sefer in the Nedarim Daf is going like Rabbi Kiva. Why? Because Mila Meider Rabbi Kiva Tzarchim Luche. So basically, Abaya is answering that no, you could say it's Rabbi Kiva, but Rabbi Kiva agrees that the Tzarchim Luche Bay, that if the Shliach wants to go ahead and change and give covenant instead of basar, that he has to ask the Rishos, or buy covenant instead of basar, he has to ask Rishos or Bayis. So since he does not do that, in that case, it's considered his problem, and therefore Shliach small. So Itmar Shmat Kamei de Rabba, Itmar Shmaita Kamei de Rabba, we learned that the Mishnah is like Rabbi Kiva, Kamei de Rabba, Amar Lohain Shaper Menachmeni. So they said this in front of Rabba, and Rabba said that Abaya said good, that the Mishnah Kataka even stem like the Abaya. The Ran says that Abaya gave Rabba gave the name to. Abaya had the nickname kind of Nachmani because he grew up in the house of Rabba Bar Nachmani. Zok the Gemara weiter. Man Tana the Polag Rabbi Kiva. Who is the Tana that argues on Rabbi Kiva in our Mishnah? Rabbi Kiva says that Nedarim Daf and holds that Nedarim Daf is mutter b'd'luim. So Rabbi Kiva says Aser. So who's the man that holds mutter b'd'luim? Zok the Gemara Rabbi Shimon Gamliel. That Tana is Rabbi Shimon Gamliel. The Tanya Hanoider min habasar. Learned in the Brayso. If someone asks himself from basar, also b'chol minei basar is aser in any type of meat, whether it's buck or it's tzayin, basar shalchaya. Everything is called basar. And he's aser in the head, the leg, the pipes, the liver, and the heart of the behema, uva'iflis, and from birds. Why? Because it's nimla. If it would be in this case in nimla chalim, if it was a shliach, it would be because he could bring them. It's considered included in basar, but a mutter b'sar dagim chagavim. However, the basar of dagim from fish and chagavim, that's not included in basar. Zak the Gemara, Rav Shimon Gamliel, Aimer hanoider min basar asum b'chol minei basar. So that was, the first shita was, I guess, the first time of the Raisa. Rabbi Shmuel says that no, your aser, neither basar is aser b'chol minei basar, mutter b'reish v'galayim b'kana b'kana level ifis. All those other parts you would be mutter in. You do not have to say that you mutter in b'sar dagam b'chagavim. It's pashut and not b'chlal basar, and that even the Tanakama is moider you mutter. Also, another thing Rabbi Shimon said that kravayim, which is the intestines, also not b'chlal basar, but achlein la bar inish. Achlein la bar inish, meaning that what does it mean? You're not a man, you're not a person if you eat them. Achlein kabasar la inyan zavine la bar inish. Like I'll be buying them. Fachila. It's not considered noyig minim de adam. It's considered a hedyet. The Rosh says that the Gemara doesn't say what the nafkamina is. The fact that it's considered a hedyet. But maybe the Gemara is just trying to say it's not something you should do because you don't want to be considered a hedyet. Okay. So Zak the Gemara, Maishna basar oifel tanakama da asri da avid shlicha de min lachalei. What's pshat that according to Shita's Tanakama you're going to be aser in basar oif if he asks basar? Why? Because the Avid Shlicha the Milchale, because the Shliach could ask if he could bring instead of basar, he could bring oif, so therefore you say it's considered chalal basar. B'sar dagam nami Avid Shliach. B'sar basar of dagam, of fish, also the Shliach could ask if he could use it as a substitute. If he doesn't find basar memlechale, he's allowed to ask him shalech, can I bring dagam, basar dagam instead? I say dagam letasr, so you should ask for the dagam just like you would ask her basar reif in place of regular meat. So Gemara Amar Abaye. So Abaye says you're right. That Avada, you're right. If he could taka be nimlach and ask if he could bring basar dagam, then a taka would be included in regular basar. But kagoyin shehikis dam the loyachol dagam. It's talking about a case, the brisa, that somebody had blood drawn from them, and it's normal that then you do not eat fish on the day that you makas dam. And it's mistaber when he made a neder, he only made a neder on that day, and things that he's naive to eat on a day that he did akazas dam. And when he said basar, he only meant his kavanah was definitely not for dagim, because it's talking about a day that was makas dam. Okay, very good pshat. That's one teretz zakti abai. Okay, so zakti gemara affecting gemara. A hachiv somer a day of there's makas dam. Afilo efes nami lo yachol. He's not going to eat basar efes either. Damar Shmuel. Shmuel says the meseicha va'achol bisur tzipara. Para chili b'kitzipara. Shmuel says that if somebody gets hakazas dam from their shoulder, I guess from like the upper arm, and then he eats basar oif, para chili b'kitzipara, his heart gets weak. So Ibizoi, L'cheres, his kavanah on a day that his makas dam is also not for basar oif. So why does basar oif have a different halacha? And you say it is included. Why does Tanakam say it's asur b'oifis? The Tanya, Ema Kizin. One, we learned at Brisa that one should not be makas dam unless afterwards he has these specific things, loyal dagam, loyal oifis, loyal basar maliach, because they did not strengthen his body, rather it weakens him. See, and you see oifis and dagam is both included in that. Vitanya, hikis dam, if somebody has blood drawn, on that day you should not eat milk, v'lo gvina, not cheese, v'lo beitzim, not eggs, v'lo shachalayim, v'lo oifis, v'lo basar maliach. So you see it's included in this brisa that a day of drawing blood, one should also not eat basar oif. So how come Tanakam says that basar oif is going to be asur? Very good kasha. Birds is different because to eat them on a day of hakaza, because it's shaykh if you cook them very, very well, it's very well cooked. So he has a mind which says so therefore that would be okay to eat, would not be a problem. So that's why we'll say that when he's noider from basar, it includes also oifis. But dagim, which is never possible to eat on a day of hakaza, we say his das is not to ask himself from dagim. Abaye says another teretz, kigoin the koivin le'ene. So he made a neder when his eyes were hurting him. He had pain from his eyes. The dagim kashan lion and fish are mazik for his eyes. And it's mistaber that when he made this neder, he would not have in mind dagim, since it was not he wasn't able to eat that. Fretgemari hachi achol dagim. Ta amar Shmuel nun samach ayin. Nuna samale naim, that nuna, I guess, which is a lashon of dag, a fish, heals the eyes. So zakti Gemara hahu b'seif uchla. This that it says that nuna samale naim, that it's a good medicine for the eyes. That's only at the end of the sickness. So that's when it helps for the eyes. So in that case, if you take a neder and basar, you'd also be asur and basar dagam. But the brisa that says Yemutim dagam, that's talking about in the beginning of the chayli, that then the dag, the fish, is mazik the eyes, and it's mistaber when it makes a neder, then he's only asuring in something that is normal to eat in the day of the neder, and which would not be including dagam.